So today's the day. We're going to be jailbreaking our PS Vita, and that's coming up. What's up guys, this is HERVEs from HERVEs WORLD, showing you that IT means I try. If you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by. Don't forget to subscribe. So on this channel we do unboxings, desktop support, life hacks, actual hacking, and tech reviews of great products. Now, a lot of you may not know this, but I used to work for a company called ASM, and they were third-party providers for SMEs, subject matter experts, for Sony PlayStation, where we learned absolutely everything on Sony, and then we ended up going to different Best Buys to help people in their buying choices. Shout out to all the ASMers out there. So today, we're going to be jailbreaking my 12-year-old PS Vita to bring it new with all the latest hacks, games, for unlimited play. It's gonna bring new life to this puppy here, and you'll get a tutorial right over here. So do me a favor, hit like, hit subscribe, let's get their hack. So first thing you have to see is the process for jailbreaking the Vita has become so much easier than it did in the past. You don't require a computer, but the first thing you're gonna want to do is to go into settings, you click in. This is one of the best handhelds that I've had, and it's kept me entertained for many, many years. You're going to go into system settings, you're going to go into system info, and make sure that your version is 3.74. Another couple caveats: make sure you're on a very stable Wi-Fi connection and that you are actually charging your device while you're doing this, because if it fails with no power in and breaks your device, well, you're gonna have to reset everything and it will break your Vita. So those caveats have to be met. Okay, next you're going to go into the web browser. This is the website you're going to click on, jailbreakpsp2.dev. Hit go, and it's gonna bring you here. Next, you're going to click unlock. If it fails at this point, then you'll know if it fails, and then you just try it again. It'll go through. It will bring you to this bootstrap menu. If you have the PS Vita 2000, then you can skip ahead. But if you don't, you just go down, and all you're going to do is to click in. Once you go here and you're ready to proceed, just hit the square button, and it will download and replace the near device. It'll reboot and it'll bring you back. And it does a snapshot of the near just in case. Okay, now we can take a look, and you'll see that the near is now replaced with VitaDeploy right over here. So let us go back and stand by. Now we go back into the website. We click, and we're going to go back to Enso. Unlock, unlock. And now we're going to install HENkaku. We hit the square to activate, and it's running through. And now when we go to settings and you click it to open it, you will see that you have HENkaku settings. So then you click in, and you want to make sure that you have enable PSN spoofing, enable unsafe homebrew, and enable version spoofing enabled. Get out of the HENkaku settings, and you're going to now go into VitaDeploy. We're going to create an internal memory card. We're going to go all the way down, click right over here, and once you hit here, you have to click that you understand. And now we just wait. Once you go through, you have to understand that if something goes wrong, there's no recovery. So now we're going to go to default to XXX storage. You're gonna click X, and then you press any key to reboot. And once it reboots, you're gonna go into settings once again. Here, you're gonna go to format, and then format memory card. And we're just going to press next. So here you can see that we have an internal memory card. Make sure you select the internal memory card here. It states it's 1 gig. And then you're gonna click next. And then click format. And hit yes. So it's going to format, it's going to reboot, and then you're gonna go back into the Enso app one last time. And now we're gonna go back into the Enso app one more time. And now that we made extra storage, we can now install VitaDeploy. So let's click on it. And now it's downloading. And once it says it's all done, we can return back to the settings. Okay, so now we're going to downgrade the version. We're going to go into the VitaDeploy. We're going to click Start, and we need to downgrade the version of our OS from 3.74 to a lower version. Now we're going to do quick install 3.665, and you'll see it install. And now, as you see, it shows you the previous version and then the current version that it's spoofing, 3.65. And now you can hit X to confirm. And now it's gonna continue into, and now you can hit X to accept the changes. And now it's coming up. And now it will do a system update and revert the version to 3.65. And then when it comes back, we're going to go back into settings, check the system information to see that the software version is 3.65. We go into system information, and you'll see that the version is now 3.65. Now you go back one, and you're going to make sure that you take away the ability for it to auto update. So uncheck the very top one for download update file for system software. Now we're going to go back into the HENkaku settings. And we're going to ensure that all the 3 buttons, enable PSN spoofing, enable unsafe homebrew, and enable spoofing version is there, checked. Now click on spoof version, and you're going to change this to 3.74. So we need to have it think that it's still on the 3.74 version so that it will accept any spoofed games, and it will believe that it's 3.74 as opposed to the 3. So now we go back to the home screen. We're going to go back into VitaDeploy. And we're going to go in and install ITLS installer to make sure that we can play older firmware. So we click in. You're going to go into app downloader. make sure you have a check mark in ITLS installer and click on download selected app. And once it's done, just exit out and then you're gonna go back in. See, we now have the ITLS application. We're going to click on it, click it again, and we're going to click on install the full ITLS package and expect the device to reboot once again. So this is going to ensure that you can use the PS Store in case you need to buy anything or go in for any tweaks. Okay, so now we're going to take a look at installing instead of using Sony's microSD card, we're going to be using our memory card adapter with our 512. Pop it in, and we should be able to configure it to see so we'll be able to put our entire library that we're going to be downloading directly on here for future access. Have our 512 in here, we have to tell VitaDeploy to then use it as our storage. So we're going to go in to the VitaDeploy. We're going to click here. We're going to go into miscellaneous and we're going to go into format storage device. And we're going to go into format storage device, and you're going to make sure that the target is SD2 Vita, and the file system needs to say text fat, and you click on format target storage. Formatted, click OK. You're going to go back and you're going to click on mount SD2 Vita to grow 0, and now it is mounted. So that's awesome. We now have an extended 512. We're going to go and we're going to look for the YAMP installer. We click in, and then you're going to go all the way up and select download it. And once that's completed, you're going to get out of here and go back to the installer again. Now we go into the new bubble that's appeared. You click in. And now you're going to click in the light version right over here. And when it's done, it's going to reboot. These steps are many, but they're very simple. You go into settings. You're going to go into devices, and you're going to go into storage devices. And you make sure you check this right here. Make sure UX0 is set to default. And UMA0 is set to S2D Vita. Now you're going to hold the power button, and you're going to power off. And when it comes back, you're going to go into the VitaDeploy app. Power back up. And now you're going to go back into the VitaDeploy app. So now we're going to go VitaDeploy, click in, app downloader. Now download Vita Shell. This essentially is it's a file browser, and we're going to need to download and remove some files. We're going to need to copy couple directories and move it into another system file. so that it'll end up working. And now we can come out. And now you're going to go into Vita Shell. Click the UXO folder. Once it comes up, and you're going to select X. So we go down. UXO folder, select X. Now you're going to pick any of these folders and you're going to select triangle and you're going to mark all. So hit that. And then you're going to triangle, go to copy. Now click circle, hit OK, circle, and you're going to go into the UMAO folder. Right there, you're going to click into the UMAO folder and you're going to go down, select one, click triangle, and click paste. And it will copy that whole directory and pop it right in here. And once this is done, you're going to back out to the home screen and we'll go to the next step. Just follow a step-by-step guide and you should be good. And we are almost done. And now it's all copied here. So now you want to back out. And we're going to get out of here. We're going to go back into settings. We're going to go into devices. And we're going to go into storage devices. Now there are a couple things you have to do. You're going to click on UXO, change it instead of default to SD2 Vita, UMAO, change this to memory card, and now all you do is hold the power button and you're going to reboot the device so it holds the settings. We're going to go back into the settings. We're going to go into system information and make sure that the settings that we put are now what we need. And if you click in, you'll see that everything is changed to the memory card. And you'll see we have 471 gigs available. That is awesome. Now we can install all of the goodness that we want, which means homebrews, different games. And now we're going to go into VitaDeploy for the last time. You're going to go into the app downloader and you should get the following apps. VitaDB downloader first. You have to do one at a time. So once it's there, you're going to go back and now you're able to download a bunch of stuff. So we're going to go hit X, come out. You're going to go back into VitaDeploy. You're going to want to grab app downloader. You're going to want to grab PKGJ. We're going to install. And this is just different stores that you want to have. You're going to want to have Adrenaline as well. But now the world is open to you to download whatever you want. We're going to go back into, so PKG is a PSP emulator. Let's go back into settings. You're going to want to go back into VitaDeploy, app downloader, and you're going to want to download Adrenaline. So PS Vita, PSP, you're going to have a ton of stuff that you can download from there, just games. We're going to go back into VitaDeploy and see what else we want. And that's going to do it. That is how you hack the PSP to make it one of the best downloads, one of the best consoles in 2023. Next, we're going to be taking a look at the Asus ROG Ally, because we have to do some gaming in the house as well. I've got a 3-year-old. We want to set him up right. Anything you discuss in this episode, you'll find right at the bottom. Any questions, do me a favor. Let's talk about it in the comments. And that's how you do the PS Vita hack. Peace.